As is tradition with every single Nintendo Direct that actually matters, so sorry, partner directs and showcases and mini directs and whatever you want to say, I make a video talking about all the things announced and just talked about during it. So, yep, that's it, that's what this is, let's go into it. The Direct starts off with another Fire Emblem Warriors. This is different to Fire Emblem because, I don't know. Remember like Legend of Zelda Warriors and Age of Calamity? It's one of those types of games, but with Fire Emblem characters. I initially thought that it was an actual new Fire Emblem game. I mean, albeit it's obvious enough if I actually watch the trailer more closely that it isn't. But still. So, yep, starting off the Direct with that. That is a strange thing to start off with. Albeit, Fire Emblem is quite big, as I said in my initial reaction, which you can watch on my channel, I think. Like, if it was a normal Fire Emblem, that would make sense, but Fire Emblem Warriors, that just didn't go as big, I think. I don't know. Next, they talked about Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. Annoyed I didn't put this on the funny bingo sheet. This is a remake of Game Boy Advance game and its sequel. Yeah, that's cool. Mario Strikers Battle League. Okay, this one is fun. So, Mario Strikers, we got one on the GameCube, one on the Wii, both from Next Level Games, I believe. And then we didn't get any more till now. Mario Strikers is a lot of people's favourite Mario sports game, and that's entirely fair. It's got a lot more personality, it's got a lot more everything, really, than the other ones. Like, just comparing the two we've got on Switch to this one, it's very obvious which one is quite a bit better. But yeah, I am quite glad to see that Nintendo buying Next Level Games has led to things like this. And it gives me hope for other franchises. Like, maybe we could actually see another Punch-Out game, maybe? That'd be cool. Next, Splatoon 3, we got the announcement that Salmon Run would be returning, and that makes sense. You know, you have a little salmon man following you about in the initial trailer we saw, so yeah. I'm glad to see it's came back, and I'm glad to see the little changes that they've made, like adding new bosses and, you know, the egg throw. They didn't really need to change the mode up much, so that's why they didn't really show off much there, unless they're like keeping things secret, but if those are like the big main announcements of it, yeah, I'm not too annoyed. No Man's Sky on Switch is an idea I laughed at. Why? Because the Switch is very underpowered. Like, a ridiculous amount. Like, it's really funny just how underpowered it is. So, to see a game like No Man's Sky on it, that's just funny. Next, Front Mission First Remake. What am I supposed to say about this? Like, seriously, I didn't know that game existed, I didn't know what it looks like. Like, it looks modern, obviously, because it's modern, but I don't know what it originally looked like. Was it a pixel art game? Was it like early 3D? What's the whole thing here? Once again, I have nothing to talk about here, so let's move on to the next bit. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Little bit more information on the game. Yeah, no, still looks good. The mouthful mode is kind of funny, I guess. Okay, so next thing that I want to talk about, Chrono Cross Remaster and Live a Live. Now, why am I talking about either of these two things? Especially Live a Live, Live Alive, whatever you want to say. Well, see, here's the thing. Live a Live, I don't know what to call it. LAL, we'll call it that, sure. That looks a lot like Octopath Traveler and Triangle Strategy. It kind of combines that proper 16-bit Super Nintendo kind of pixelated art style with what modern systems can do to make something that looks really unique and really good. Now, where does this link up with Chrono Cross, a game which uses kind of PS1, PS2 3D looking models? Well, first of all, they're both made by Square, I think. Why does this matter? Well, Square made Chrono Trigger, which Chrono Cross is a sequel to. Chrono Trigger is one of the most celebrated, one of the most praised RPGs ever made. And the fact that it hasn't came to Switch yet is very weird, especially considering now that Chrono Cross, a much harder game to get your hands on, has come to Switch first. So, what I'm thinking is that Chrono Trigger will be receiving a remake along the same lines as Live a Live, Octopath Traveler, which isn't a remake, but still, that kind of art style. Because once again, one of the most beloved RPGs made for the Super Nintendo, they haven't released it for Switch yet. I'm starting to think that they will do something more with it. Personally, I would love to see a remake of it in that art style. Like, even though I already have the DS version, it would still be a worthy upgrade. And it would also be good for people to actually be able to play the game. Like, out of all the RPGs I've played, which is a fair amount, I usually only like the Mario ones, or ones trying to replicate it, like Bug Fables. Chrono Trigger was the only one that I can say, well, actually, I also enjoy this one. but there's no Marco in it. Klonoa 1 and 2. I heard about Klonoa 1, didn't know there's a second one. I'm glad to see it come to Switch, I think. Now, okay, Nintendo Switch Sports. Do you remember back when the Wii was big, and Xbox went, hey, let's make our own version of the Mii's with no character, and it's just like people, but not real. We all remember that, right? The Xbox Live Avatar things. Well, Nintendo, now, in the year 2022, went, yes, those lifeless, generic-looking things that look like absolute garbage are great for our new game. The Mii's are iconic. You know, the fact that such flat features, not the most amount of features, you can still look at it and go, yeah, I see what you're going for there. That simplicity is what people loved about the Mii's. And then mixing that in with Miitopia's new bloody makeup feature, that just made them even better. So it does not make any sense to me why Nintendo would make the main focus of their game these disgusting new models. These Xbox Live Avatar looking people, it just does not make sense. Nintendo already had their, people, their, oh look, put in your features, there you go, you got yourself in the game. They already had that, so why are they changing it up? Of course you can still use the Mii faces, but, the background, most of the stalls, everything will be populated by these freaks other than just your character, and most of the time you're going to be looking at everyone else. Or at the back of the character's head. So other than the really confusing choice for art style, and it just does not make sense, yeah, no, looks fine, I guess. All the things are back, but to be honest with you, it just doesn't have the same charm that the original did for the Wii, or Resort did. Triangle Strategy, yep, it's the sequel to Octopath Traveler. I predicted that even though that wasn't the official title, that was just the, oh, here's our prototype title till we think of a proper one. Yeah, they didn't think of a proper one. That's what they're sticking with now. I predicted that. Just like how with Octopath Traveler and Untitled Goose Game, how they just didn't come up with a title, they left for so long that the title that they had as a placeholder became the official title. Yeah, it happened here. Portal Companion Collection. Now, there's something quite interesting about this. Steam recently released their Steam Deck, the Nintendo Switch killer. Ooh. And it's because of this people thought that Steam wouldn't put any of their games on the Switch, which, yeah, makes sense. That's direct competition, kind of. But here we are with Portal Companion Collection, which is Portal 1 and Portal 2. Portal is a series that I always thought would really work on the Switch. Like, it's kind of split up into levels, so you arguably could have that pick up and play where, oh, go through a chamber here, there you go. Now, I'm kind of hoping that more Valve games can come to Switch, because they've made some really good games in the past. Half-Life 1, 2, Team Fortress 2, those are the main ones. Left 4 Dead as well could be fun on Switch. But Portal made the most sense to come to the system, and hence, that's why it's here. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC. Okay, I am going to be saving this for another video, which I know a good amount of people have done, but that's because it's such an interesting topic to talk about. Like, that on its own would double the length of this video, so I feel like splitting up into 2 would make it better. So, yeah, go watch a different one, or go watch my video whenever that comes out soon enough. Now, at the end of the Direct on Xenoblade Chronicles 3, now, there's a good couple other announcements here I need to talk about. I'm just looking at the YouTube videos, and the way Nintendo's uploaded them isn't in the exact order that they're shown in the Direct, I think, so, yeah. But still, ending on Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I don't like that game. I think most people who like that game, for lack of a better term, for lack of a term appropriate on this channel, should be kept miles away from children and children's play parks. But yeah, cool to see a new one, I guess. There was a bunch of rumors of it back, I think, when Pyra and Mythra joined Smash last year, so not surprised there. I still don't like it whatsoever. Metroid Dread free DLC update. Now, a lot of people would have rather maybe some more content added to the game, as in, actual places to explore, power-ups, whatever else, bosses. I don't care, the game was great enough already. So to see 2 new difficulty options added is great. These 2 being Rookie Mode, which is your easy baby mode, and your mode where you die in 1 hit. Now, luckily, this isn't you die in 1 hit, and when you die, then you have to restart the whole game. This is just, you die in 1 hit. So, yeah, that's cool, I guess. I'm not going to be doing it. I had a difficult-ish enough time getting through the game on normal difficulty and just kind of going through it now in hard mode. I don't need a 1-hit die mode. Earth Bound and Earthbound Beginnings on Switch. It is about time. See, Nintendo has been running out of things to add to the Super Nintendo and NES Online for a while now, so the fact it took them this long to finally get around to adding Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings really does surprise me. But I'm still happy it's here nonetheless, because, yeah, it's Earthbound. It's critically acclaimed, it's what a bunch of other indie RPGs kind of try and replicate. Yeah, I'm glad it's here. I've been playing through the game recently and been quite enjoying it. Disney Speedstorm. There's your Mario Kart 9, everyone. Not the booster course, which was announced after it, no. Disney Speedstorm. Yeah, I don't care. The name I don't want to pronounce. It's the funny drum game where you press the buttons, rhythm game. Yeah, looks fine. I don't like it because I'm bad at rhythm games, but to the people who do, great. MLB The Show 22. This was a really weird announcement. It was just baseball, but I don't know, it was kind of stilted the way they talked about it, which, yeah, weird. Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I remember, if you watch a stream, they know I watched it with two of my friends, and when they looked over, they went, that game looks really bad, and they didn't know that it was an old game. That's all I have interesting to say about this. I've never played it, so what do I say? The Kingdom Hearts game's now on Switch, but a cloud version. Because, why not? Other than all the reasons why not. Cloud versions are something that I dislike, mostly because the Switch does not have the most storage space. In fact, I'm already having to kind of delete and re-download titles as I go. Like, I'm honestly gonna have to buy another micro SD card just to be able to fit everything. So I do hate cloud versions for having to put so much stuff onto there, especially when there's a physical box where you open it up and, oh look, here's a download code for it, or you put the cartridge in, oh, you need to download everything onto the system. There's no point in having a physical box if you're just going to make me download it onto the system. The reason why I buy mostly physical games is because that way less space is taken up, so I just find it stupid. Lego Brawls, Lego Smash Bros. It looked bad. That's all I have to say about it. I mean, what, with Universal doing their one, and you had Nickelodeon doing theirs, I'm not surprised Lego's jumped onto the bandwagon. To be honest with you, Disney is also, like, a big candidate for it as well. Just to warn you now, there isn't actually anything left in this video that I have too much interest in, other than, like, the Cuphead DLC, which, cool, yeah, heard about it before that it was still being worked on, looks really good, can't wait to play it. But yeah, I don't think there's even a point in me talking about these things, because I'll just go, I've heard of it, or I haven't heard of it, I've never played it. Like Assassin's Creed, I think those are the older games, so no wonder it looks bad on Switch, but if not, I'm still not surprised it looks bad on Switch, because the Switch is very underpowered, you've already said this before. 2 Point Campus, yeah, cool. 2 Point Hospital, I played it when it was like for free on Steam for 2 days, it was alright. I played it a little bit on Game Pass, it was still alright. Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, was this announced during the Direct for Switch? I don't know. Yeah, it's very glitchy, very buggy. I don't know how they managed to mess up remakes of 3 very old games, and yet here we are. So, yeah, that was the Nintendo Direct, and if you watched the stream, you would know that I did not care for it much. A lot of people online are saying that they're really happy and really enjoyed this Direct, which, fair, it's just, there was nothing in it for me, really. Like, the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass, yeah, that's kind of cool. I will play through all the courses, probably get the cups, but even then, it's not that big of a deal to me. Like, all the things that I found cool were small things. Like, oh, look, Earthbound, that's kind of cool, I guess. Oh, Portal, I might pick that up, who knows. And Kirby I already planned to get, Splatoon I already planned to get, so there just wasn't that much new things for me. And that's what's kind of made making this video kind of hard, is that I don't know what I'm supposed to rank or say about this. I didn't enjoy it, but a lot of people did, and I can't really understand why, other than, oh, if you're a big Fire Emblem Warriors fan, or if you've been waiting for Mario Strikers since you're like 4 when you played it on the GameCube. So, yeah, personally, I did not really care for the Direct. There's a couple of small cool things along it, a couple of things I'm looking at going I might buy, like Mario Strikers, which I haven't bought any of the Mario Sports games because they all look bad and with very small amounts of content, so hopefully this will have enough content to justify the price, or if it's a lower price. So, yeah, what did you think of the Direct? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Tell me what you think. If you want to come back to this video, leave a like, whatever else. I expect the Mario Kart Booster Course video soon enough. I just really need to think about it more. Yeah, apparently 4 days isn't enough time to think about Mario Kart 8 DLC. Subscribe if you've watched a good couple of my videos now, which, once again, if you have, just do it. Funny number, big, haha. And see you in the next one.